tastes the same, but I don't plan to split. Pulled one over, but I stole the fair and square, you must admit. Pierced the morning rain, my eyes again. She can't go if I don't know I'm going in. Had a look around, I scoured the town, and I refused to quit. Causing quite a stir all over her, I bet you must admit. Pierced the morning rain, I'm free again. Others would have split, I stuck to you, my friend. Not sure what's the play, but you're away and I can't make that leap. Pierce the morning rain, I'm here again. Aren't you glad I came? It's all you, my friend.
Really quite happy with it. Durability is still left out at the moment, but because I don't know for sure. The whole thing does not have bearings. I know that the wheels at least have bushings. I haven't tore apart the transmission yet to be sure on it. Probably some of the best features on it is there is an aluminum tie bar here across the front, which should increase durability a decent bit. Not going to say it's going to be a major amount, but it should increase durability, at least in the front end collision, and save the bulkhead. Has this pretty neat and spiffy looking little clear gear case here, and oh dang, you probably can't see it, but the brakes are actually much improved. And I haven't actually broke this motor in. It's just it tooling around, box stock. So it actually does have just enough power to get some wheel spin, but in gravel, but nothing too extravagant. With the screws to put up against, that's a nice improvement, or a nice idea. It also has these clips for the wiring. I like these. I actually think these are a little big, but I bought a bunch of the ones that came on the 1/16 scales to install on random vehicles. I actually believe this is one of the other things. It has a cooling fan that I can see for sure, but I believe that there's a good possibility this is a 550 acceleration. I actually need to reset the direction. I'm not going to swear, but one of these days I'll pull it out of there here soon, because I'm going to strip this down and actually check for compatibility with a lot of Traxxas components, because that's one of the things that was kind of being passed around the net, was that several components from the Traxxas will fit these, and there are a lot of similarities, at least in the design. The front end does have the same, the C-block or C-hubs look almost identical, and the actual hub is almost identical. Uses the same style setup with wide hexes in the front, as Traxxas went to. And the bulkhead looks pretty similar. The bolt pattern is pretty much identical on the lower portion for the bulkhead. The bumper probably could be switched, just because pretty much everybody uses the same spacing on the front bumpers. But I'm going to verify that. The rear uses a very similar bolt pattern. To me, it actually looks a little wider, but I'm not going to swear one way or the other. The control arms look close, but they're not very similar in any manner. But they do look like they should be able to be interchanged from left to right on the rear. Looks like the same on the front. Now, one thing to note, and I haven't decided fully if it's just, and since I'm already talking about tires, they're not too bad. They have a pretty round carcass, especially on the front and rear. They're not terrible though, and they should actually provide pretty good steering. The inserts, I'd say, are actually a little too stiff for if you were going to race, but as a to get started tire and combination, they ain't too bad. Really. The rear has the same problem. The inserts, in my opinion, are a little too stiff, but the tire compound's about halfway decent. But I would say I'm not disappointed for a ready to run. It might not be on par with more of the more modern stuff, but for the price, shocks, I'm not going to swear on the front, but at least one shock on the rear has next to no oil in it. The front feels exceptionally underdampened if it has oil in it, but I'm going to get the feeling that most of that's already leaked out. And that's pretty much about it. The ESC here supposedly is rated at 300 amps.